So, hello everyone, I'm Dave and this will Hello, I'm audible in this chat, I'm audible in this chat. Now I'm audible. Now I'm audible. Okay, let's get started. So, in this session, I'm practicing of Python, some string questions and some diff function questions because uh, in this lab session, I'm only practiced of Pythons, not to anything another. Okay, so let's get started. The first question is diff function. So the first question is to print the hello world using the diff function. So this is the question number one. I commented. So the make the diff and like hello and return like we can print directly hello world. And, hello we can call it hello. So the hello world is printed using the diff function. The program is run successfully. So let's get moved to the second question. First, we can save this question in the VS Code. End of this session, the I will provide the all questions and all questions and programs in the description box. So here your first code is printed. Now, let's move to the second question. The second question says that write a function that take two numbers as argument and return their sum. So now the question says that take the two function using input by the user. Now take it a comma b two numbers and return their sum is a plus and b. So what the two numbers are? The two numbers are result equals to a sum bracket 5 comma 8 and front percentage the, the sum of two number is result. So now what the answer is 13. So the answer is 13. The sum of two number is 13. Now the second question is solved. Move to the third question. We can save it this second question and to the third question. What the third question is write a write a function that take a number and return its sum. We we need to sum two numbers. Okay, copy it and paste it and comment it. So it says that to find the sum of two numbers. So this questions we can solve by using the enter by the user. If a user can enter any number, so they can print the square of that number. So I'm using the input function. So square is square. Okay. So what the number is means the number is num. Return num into main num. So uh, let's take the number input by the user. Number equals to an input, enter the number. Okay, so now print the result equals to में print number print is sqr bracket में number. So now let's see the what the answer comes like 5. What the answer is? The answer is it gives the error line number 4 and line number 6. So what the error in this case? Now is correct, this is correct, this is correct, and line number 4 and line number 6 number I take input. Okay, this is correct, each number, this is also correct. So what the mistake I have done? It's sqr number. Okay, what the mistake? Okay. Let this to try this without numbers, without input by the user. Let 5. What the answer? Answer is correct. What happened in the input case? Why they it will give error? So why? I think my code is correct, but it will give error. Is any reason? Why? I'm giving the input. So this input here. If I put this here, so what happened? The answer is correct. So what the mistake, man? Okay. Okay, it give error. There is any reason why I'm using the input by the user number. In that case, in two case, the my code is run. But in third case, I'm asking this from the ChatGPT. What the mistake I have done in this case? So let's get start. Let's ask from the chat. What the mistake in this code? Because I have no another teacher to ask the questions, so I have only one option to ask from the ChatGPT या Gemini. भाई तुम्हारे कोड में दो मिस्टेक्स हैं. ओके, फर्स्ट डिफ एसक्यूआरटी मिस्टेक नंबर 1, इनपुट हमेशा स्ट्रिंग रिटर्न करता. ओह सॉरी, आई अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट द मिस्टेक इन दिस. आई हैव टेक द इनपुट, आई नीड टू पुट द इन द लास्ट. I think now the question is solved. The mistake is because it takes the string from the user. I'm not using the India float in this case, so the answer is 25. So the question is done in another way because there are many ways to solve the questions. In the last case, I'm using the a comma v, and here I'm printing, and I can print here also this question. So I'm trying to print this here, print num into num. So I don't need to print here. Okay, so now what the answer is? So the answer is 5. So there are many methods to print the one questions. You can use any method to solve the questions. Because if you are here, I'm using the logic. I'm not uh, मैं कोई क्वेश्चन रट नहीं रहा हूँ. I'm not writing any questions. I'm using the logic of all of time. So this is the third question of if. What the fourth question is? Now the fourth question is write a function that check whether a number is even or odd using the diff function. Check the number is odd. So there are many methods to write this code. So first one is try is even. Okay, let the take the one number is num and return it. We can first try this using this method. Num is num divide by 2 equals to 0. So what the answer is? Here I can print num is here I can take result equals to uh, is even equals to 5. If I print this, if result is print करते हैं यहाँ पे num is even. Otherwise print num is odd. Okay, So now let's take the 5 is odd. So what the answer is? The answer come 5 is 4. 5 is odd. So num is odd. If I'm change this line equals to 10. So what the answer come? The answer come is the num is even. So the my code runs successfully. Let's understand the logic of this code. What the meaning of this line? I'm write this lines, but what the meaning of this line? Here the result is stored if the result is false. So print else statement. If the result is true, so print the even statement. How it they work? If I am printing result, here I printed result. So what the meaning of result here? So the result is come in the form of true and false. So the answer is true. Number is divided by 2 and equals to 0, so the answer is true. So the answer is true. So the num is even. If I am printing here 9, so the answer is false. So num is odd. So now the code is work like this, and this is the logic of this code. And there is another way to print this code. The another way is I'm using the second method to solve this questions. What is this here? Okay, this is method one to print this question. This is method one and method two to print this question. I'm taking if is number equals to here take the one input return if num divide by 2 equals to 0. So print number number is even. Need else print the number is odd. So give the result equals to my is number equals to my 10. So it take time. The number is even. So it gives the correct answer. I can take this from the user. I can take this from the user. So how it they work? Let's take number equals to my int. I can take float also. In enter the number. So here printed number. So the number is like 5. So the number is odd. I'm printing 12. 5 1 12. I'm also again right 1 12. So the number is even. So the code runs successfully. Okay. So this is your method 1 and this is your method 2. What happened? Here method 2. This is method 1 to solve this problem, and this is method 2 1 solve this problem. This is method 1. This is your method 1. This is your method 2. Wait a minute. So these are two methods to solve the problems. Now let's move to the another question. What the another question is? Question number 5. Write a function that take a string लेनी as the input and return the reverse string. इसको हमें reverse में करना है तो we are using there are many methods to solve this problems. First one is we can use the indexing, we can use the loops to reverse the string using the functions. So diff take diff str string. Okay, this is a string. I have do nothing this question. This is my first question of reverse string in the diff functions. So let's try how it they work in the diff. Okay, first return first type print hello. Okay, result str equals to man take the string. Okay, so I want to print this in the reverse case. So how it they work? How it they work? String str. So what the mistake I have done? str here. Okay. String. This is a string. String. Okay. I'm calling the string. What the mistake? What the mistake? What the mistake? Strings. We can take strings. Okay. Line number 7. What the mistake in line number str? I'm printing the str. Okay. Now there is another way to print this. There's not only the one way to print str strings. Okay. Because I a mistake. Because my mistake is this. What the mistake I've done because I have already one input. I am also using this another input. So don't need to print this return now return as strings. Okay, strs. Okay, now this printed nothing. So I need to print str and here str only. So strings str return. So I'm not printing any because why not? So by the code not shown by the code not displayed because I'm not anywhere I'm not printing anything. So I need to print this line. So now the answer is D. Now, now this code runs successfully, but the question said that print this Dev in reverse order. So what the idea we can use this idea we can using the indexing. We can using the indexing double colon minus one. So this will work. देखो, now the code runs successfully. BED. So this is the one method to print the reverse order. How it they work? So now I can explain this because this is the starting point and this is the end point and this is the reverse point. Yeah, this is the skipping point because he states that start from zero and and go to the end point. This point says this column says start from zero and go to the end point, and it says in reverse order. It says in reverse. If I'm printing, if I'm moving this minus, so what the answer come there. So there is no reverse. If I'm printing this, so this print tape. If I'm using the two here two. So what the answer is? So it skipped this V. Sorry, it skipped 2 and it printed V and print D. I think so. V and D. It print V and it print D. So what the logic in this case? It skip this value because this is the skipping value. This is the skipping value, but I am using the minus because reverse string always start from the minus minus. If you are using the minus, so your string printed reverse order. Yeah, printed last point. If you are using this method, okay, if I want to print only D, I want to print if I want to uh, if I want to display only B, if I want okay, let take the another, let's explain in this. Okay, this is what the answer come. So HLO, so it printed O, and this L की जगह I can take D S. Okay, so it print O and it skipped L. It print S. It skipped this and it print H. So it skipped every two turn value. If I am using one, so it print all. Okay, it print all. If I want to print only this matter, if I want to print this, if the user want not printed this, मुझे वो print नहीं करता है. If I want to print this only, so I am using here one, start from one, and the last start from this and printed. So here E or H. So what the answer is, E or H? It start from this. I'm not want to print this. So what the answer is? So it give another answer. Okay. If I am taking this, only printed E. If I am printed 0, so it print only H. It print only H. How it they work? Okay, one, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I here I am printing, here I am printing 5. Me 4. Start from the end to the 4. It print nothing. I want to skip O and I want to print this all in reverse order. So how it they work? Let us from the chat GPT because I'm not perfect in this. I want to skip only O, but print all in reverse order. So start from this just like that because I'm also using here, but it printed nothing. Samjho like so here printed 0. So your code is end from 0. OLSE. OLSE means here. This is your line here H. So as the meaning is last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here printed 5. The code run nothing. Okay, 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 okay. If I am printing 1, OLSE, OLS, it skipped the value. OLS, 0 and 1, it skipped two values. 1. I want to skip this. So 0 is nothing, 0 is nothing, 0 is nothing, minus 0 is nothing. OS, only OS. But I want to skip this. यार यहाँ से हो जाना चाहिए. इंडेक्स 0 तक जाओ, 0 तक जाओ लेकिन 0 को इंक्लूड मत करो. वो है ऐसा. Only LSHE, right? This is right. Colon colon minus one dot replace no. So it apply the loop in this case, result equals to empty. This is correct. Okay, for ch in this colon colon, but not equals to the plus plus. So it is complicated. So let's now this time I am skipping this question. I'm skipping only this because it is complicated because it's very time consuming. But at the beginner phase, I can solve this in this method. I know this I can do, but this is very time consuming. So now I'm skipping and I'm using the second method using the loop function. So how loop has number, diff number here, remove it, diff number equals to strs, okay, okay. So return करना है. Here I need to using the loop function for now here move it and this is the first question. For how this function STRS result custom number. So now this function is run successfully. Now the question is using the second method print it in reverse order using the for loop and while loop. I'm using the for loop and while loop in this case. Okay. For I in strs because here our string hello. I want to print this in reverse order hello. Okay, and print it. I'm taking the one count empty str empty. Okay, if I'm using the negative indexing also. Here I need to use the negative indexing. If okay, print here only I. So what the answer it will give? It will give HELLO and none. Okay, okay. I'm using equal to and none. I think it will give error. You know, nothing. Hello, none. Nothing. Here's the also and else conditions, and this condition is also empty. If I want to print this in reverse order, so I need to use the minus minus. So where range bracket में TRS, so it will give error. Okay. Start from zero now. Okay. I want to print on the STRS len, so I can this line number 9 and line number 10. STRS len आ गई. ओके len तो करेक्टली हो गया ना. यहाँ पे ये काम कैसे करेगा यार, ये काम कैसे करेगा. डिफ मैंने यहाँ पे एस टी आर एस लिया. ठीक है, एक एम टी मैंने ये ले ली. फोर आई लेंथ ले लिया. ठीक है, इसको हटा दिया. 9 एंड 10. ओके, रिजल्ट हो गया. हटा दो. देख नम हेलो यहाँ पे गया, ठीक है। हेलो यहाँ पे आया, आई इन एस टी आर एस में लेंथ आया, ठीक है। प्रिंट आई क्यों नहीं हो रहा? ट्रैक मोस्ट रिकॉल कॉल लास्ट फाइल मेन डॉट पी वाई लाइन नंबर 9 एंड मॉड्यूल्स हो गए। लाइन नंबर 6 इज नंबर्स। इंट ऑब्जेक्ट इज नॉट इटरेबल। Int object is not iterable. Okay, this is not the length. This is not the length. It's not behave like length. But I'm using the length function. This is correct. Okay, wait a minute. To write the for because C language and Java language loops both are different. How to write the for loop? Different syntax only. For loop using negative. For the wrong. This is wrong. Right? 10 comma minus 1. If I'm not using the range, this is the correct way. For I in range, len s minus 1 comma minus 1, it is very complicated. Yeah. No, 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 I can solve this another way. This is the one way, this is the one way. Uppercase and write a program all space. Palindrome, here the question is reverse order. Reverse order, this is method 1 and how, wait a minute. Empty, take a empty string only for I in range. नहीं नहीं ये तो ठीक है. I don't need to. Why the string not work? Okay. We can do this str plus customer str equals to I plus str. Don't need to write. OLLES. So this one is successfully. Okay. This is method 1 using the for loop, and I'm also using the method third. Method 3. Bracket str str equals to strs. I need to take here strs len. I need to take len. Here only इस पे काम करते हैं. डिप नंबर एस टी आर आ गया, एस टी आर एस इतना में आई इक्वल टू में जीरो होगा. वाइल आई ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू में लेन आ गया, तो हम यहाँ पे करेंगे एस टी आर एस एक कस्टमर एस टी आर आई तो नहीं आएगा ऑब्वियसली, यहाँ आएगा एस टी आर ब्रैकेट में आई प्लस में एस टी आर। ओके, यहाँ आएगा हमारा प्रिंट इमेज टेक द रिजल्ट इक्वल्स टू में wait a minute, diff number equals to my result, this is number, okay, this is number, hello world going to this side, okay, hello world I customer len equals to my result, यहाँ पर hello world है उसकी लेंथ निकली, ठीक है, यहाँ पर हमारा एस टी आर आया और यहाँ पर हमारी आई 0123 आया, रिजल्ट में आएगा। ओके, ऑल्सो आई डू दिस बाय लाइन नंबर 10 और लाइन नंबर 8 एस टी आर प्लस आई STRS, sorry, STRS. There was a mistake. It's STRS. It take too much time, so I'm nothing. It take too much time. I'm yeah, it also take too much time. What the mistake? Yeah. रन हो जाए भाई थोड़ा जल्दी, क्या मिस्टेक है? Now ask from the chat GPT, is this correct? Everything so slow. क्या हो गया? कुछ भी नहीं चल रहा क्या? सारी चीज डिस्टर्ब हो गई। शेड्यूल नहीं है। nothing. Because y plus equals to 1 हो रहा है, इसलिए गड़बड़ हो रहा है। रिजल्ट जा रहा नहीं यार। अब क्या मिस्टेक है? इक्वल्स टू आई आया, आई प्लस इक्वल्स टू में 1 आ गया। ओके, यहाँ ये दे दिया। अब क्या मिस्टेक रह गई? आई अंडरस्टैंड कि स्टक हो गया। चैट जीपीटी भी नहीं चल रहा। तो चल भाई, ये ठीक है, ये ठीक है, ये ठीक है। लैंड रिजल्ट ये ठीक है। बस यहाँ पर छोटा सा मिस्टेक है शायद। लेकिन ये तो यहाँ पे भी ये ठीक है, ठीक है। यहाँ पे ये भी ठीक है। एस टी आर एस, ओके, रिटर्न एस टी आर एस, रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा एस टी आर एस। कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। यहाँ पे यहाँ कर लो, यहाँ कर लो, बात होती है ना। हो जाए यार, बड़ा परेशान कर रहा है। चल जा भाई, मैं अगला क्वेश्चन करूंगा ना तो फिर मैं। नहीं चल रहा, नहीं चल रहा। चलो इस क्वेश्चन को भी स्किप करते हैं, बिकॉज ये क्वेश्चन मेरा सही है। छोटे से कुछ मिस्टेक नहीं थे, छोटी सी एक मिस्टेक थी। सॉल्व हो गई। यार बड़ा परेशान कर रहा है। अब तक तो 4 क्वेश्चन और हो जाते हैं। अरे भाई चल जा यार, चल जा। क्यों परेशान कर रहा है? या इंटरनेट पे से चल रहा है, ये भी बकचोदी बता रहे, नेट तो भी है इंटरनेट।